Listen.
On today's video, I'm going to take you through some recommendations which are designed to assist you in maintaining a healthy voice for both singing and speaking, so stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Ronan-Pearce.
Hi, I'm Nina Ferro.
And welcome to Sound Voices.
1, 2, 3. Listen.
We tend to use our voice all through the day, and if we're not cued into how our voices feel or sound on a day-to-day basis, we can run into trouble sometimes. Our perception of our voices can change as we change. Our voices will change with us through our entire lives. So it's important to be alerted to any subtle or significant changes that may occur. We can often get used to vocal changes, especially if they're occurring slowly and subtly over time. If you have any concerns about your vocal health, then please make sure you see your GP and get a referral to the appropriate specialist, either an ENT or a speech pathologist, as soon as possible. People who are concerned about their voice can often present with either audible and or physical symptoms, and these can include breathiness, hoarseness, speaking with constriction or strain, pitch problems, for example, pitch breaks or loss of normal range, running out of breath at the end of phrases, inability to sing quietly without the tone breaking up, breaks in the voice where there shouldn't be, glottal fry, speaking at the bottom of your pitch range, vocal fatigue, a frequent urge to cough, frequent throat clearing, dryness in the throat, acid reflux or silent reflux, difficulty projecting without strain or constriction, loss of voice. There are many ways in which singers and speakers can abuse their voice or misuse their voice, which, if occurring over long periods of time, can lead to long-term damage. For singers predominantly, they should be avoiding the following: singing in keys that are too high or too low, singing loudly without proper technique, belt singing without proper technique, singing without amplification unless you've been trained to do so, singing at rehearsals without amplification, overloading your booking schedule. I'm guilty of that one. Not resting before and after a big sing. Speaking in a vocally abusive way. Singing when very tired. Lifestyle habits that can put your vocal health at risk. Eating late, which can often lead to reflux. For those women who are watching out there, not decreasing your vocal load during menstrual cycles. Speaking or singing with predominantly more of an aspirate onset or a lot of breath through the vocal folds. Talking too loudly or too quickly. Talking over loud background noise, excessive phone use, and talking in the car or public transport, any kind of smoking, and excessive alcohol or recreational drug use. So sometimes we might have a few of these little things going on at once, and it's a really good idea to take a good look at your lifestyle and think, where may I be pushing just a little harder than I need to, whether it's overbooking your schedule if you're a teacher and also a performer, or perhaps your job in retail or hospitality where singing and speaking over the background noise is very tricky. There's something really important to consider for those of us who are using their voices in a more professional setting, either as a singer or a public speaker, business founder or teacher, is that we are using our instrument a lot like an athlete. So taking that into consideration, think about what elite athletes do to be at the top of their game. Firstly, anyone who has success in the field that they're in, more often than not, at one time or another, or continuously, have had coaches. One of the biggest things I would suggest is to make sure that you find the right vocal coach for you and check in with them regularly. There is so much awesome information out there, especially on the internet. Be wary of misleading or incorrect information about vocal health and rehabilitation online. For tips on the best presentation and performance skills, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when Vanessa and I post new videos. There are plenty of things that we can do to help maintain our vocal health for the duration of our life as a singer or speaker. There will be those times where, of course, we might feel a bit ill, or there is some other external situation that is impacting our vocal health. And I'll be really honest with you all right now and let you know that recently that happened to me. I was on some medication and it was affecting my vocal folds, the health of my vocal folds. And it was causing me some issue in terms of being able to sing the way I know that I can sing. So the first thing I did was see my GP, get a referral, and go and see my voice specialist. Getting the information, I think, is really imperative. The reason it's so important is it also puts your mind at rest, because stress and anxiety also has a flow-on effect into our voices. This is what we communicate with, and it's really important that we do the best thing that we can for ourselves when it comes to looking after our vocal folds and our vocal health. So what are some of the things that we can do to maintain our vocal health? Well, first and foremost, hydration. Hydration is the big one. If you do nothing else but increase your water intake, you might find that your symptoms, whatever they might be, will lessen. So you want to make sure that you're drinking a good 8 glasses of water a day, about 2 litres a day. Now, it can take a couple of hours for the water to actually reach the vocal folds. So make sure you're staying hydrated right through the day and not just slugging a whole litre of water right before you go on the stage. Firstly, it's uncomfortable because then you've got a tummy full of water. So you want to make sure that you're nice and hydrated all the time. If you're teaching or singing, make sure you take sips of water as you go. Steaming is also another fantastic way to get hydration to the vocal folds instantly. Boil some water, pop it in a bowl, pop your head under a towel and just breathe in normally. Vaporizers from the chemist that you can fill and then have this constant stream of steam. Be mindful of using steam in a small room with no ventilation. Mold can build up, and that's one thing you don't want to breathe in is mold. So make sure that the room is well ventilated. Steam's fantastic for your sinus passages as well. It keeps them nice and moist, especially if you're suffering with any kind of allergies or you're a little bit under the weather. Steaming can be very, very restorative. And of course, if you're unwell, then try and avoid singing altogether until you're better. The next really important one is rest, getting plenty of rest, and not just sleep. Sleep is incredibly important. It's when our body fixes itself up. So make sure you're getting a good 8 hours a night. Anything less than that, and we're not functioning as well as we could be. So yeah, make sure that you're taking enough rest time between big events or a lot of singing or heavy voice use. It also helps keep our immune system at its optimum. And of course, a great immune system means you're less likely to get colds and flus. Exercise is a really important one as well. Like I said before, we're kind of like athletes. So the healthier you maintain your lifestyle, the better off you're going to be. I mentioned work before, and I think it's a really important one to mention again. If you happen to be in the kind of job where you're using very heavy vocal load, whether you're a teacher, on the phone sales rep, or hospitality, retail, any of those things where there's a lot of background noise or you're using your vocal folds a lot, then make sure you're taking appropriate rests, keeping yourself hydrated, and get plenty of sleep to help overcome the obstacles that might be in your way when it comes to performing your job. The other one is also making sure that you're breathing through your nose and not your mouth. The nose has a filter system which also warms the air before it goes past the vocal folds. Mouth breathing, if you do it even once, you can feel how drying that is. And if you're consistently doing that, especially at night, then make sure you go and get checked out. You might have a little bit of sleep apnea. So if you're waking up and you're really dry and you're just struggling to get your vocal folds moving, that could be one reason why. There are some fantastic breathing exercises that you can work on. You can find yourself coaches, have a little look online. Those things are Buteyko breathing, Alexander technique, even yoga, swimming is fantastic. So find the one that works for you. There are some fantastic foods and vitamins that also help with maintaining vocal health and recovery. The first one is vitamin C. Having plenty of vitamin C is really great for maintaining not only our overall health, but the health of our vocal folds. Evening primrose oil and omega fatty acids can also help with reducing inflammation. Sage as a tea or a throat gargle can be very restorative and also work as an anti-inflammatory. It also helps to relieve a sore throat. Again, keep hydrated. Lots of water. Things like echinacea, horseradish, zinc, and garlic, they all have immune boosting properties. So anything that can keep your immune system really healthy is going to help you keep your vocal folds healthy. And make sure that you're not overdoing caffeine or any of the brown drinks like tea or Coca-Cola. Fizzy drinks can be a little bit tricky too, so I would keep them to a minimum. And if you are going to drink them, counteract that by having a couple of glasses of water because they are very dehydrating. Vanessa and I would love to hear from you. So if you have any comments regarding this video or any of our videos, then please leave a comment in the section below and we'll get back to you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you stay updated as we add more and more content to this channel. Also, if you would like to join our Sound Voices community for all things singing, pitching, presenting, and performance, join our Facebook group. The link is in the description below. Finally, if you would like more in-depth training, sign up on our website for early access to our performance training programs launching 2021. Be sure to subscribe to our Sound Voices channel and share with your friends. Check out Vanessa's latest video on 3 tips to beat nerves, and check out my video about using a mirror for more effective vocal practice.